Good morning. I'm Lynn Moorer, an attorney who represents ratepayers within an OPPD service area. With release of each new NRC inspection report identifying additional problems and deficiencies at Fort Calhoun Station, ratepayers are more and more concerned that spending additional money to try to fix the nuclear plant is not prudent from a financial perspective. Last September, a projected total of $143 million for recovery costs at Fort Calhoun was announced. Have any of the directors seen an itemized breakdown of what this $143 million is supposed to pay for?
We study all this in great detail, yes, ma'am. I can't commit it to memory, though, to quote it specifically.
So there is an itemized breakdown developed at this point regarding the $143 million.
Not
Yes.
down to the nut and bolt, but yes.
Yes, all right. That's helpful to know. Last month, OPPD entered into a contract for $1.7 million with Sargent and Lundy for something termed engineering support for analysis, according to the reporting item handed out at your committee meetings on Tuesday. This is engineering support for what analysis?
Yeah, well, I don't want to get into a back and forth question and answer period. That's not the purpose of this particular session. We will answer this particular question. If you want John to answer it?
Yeah, I
Vice
can
President
answer.
Hanson. Or Ann. As chairman of the nuclear oversight committee.
Yeah, there are several items. I believe the list is about just about a dozen that are collected under that engineering support. And I'll give you a couple of examples. We revised the component cooling water system peak temperature analysis. A lot of the things we've talked about with the electrical penetrations. So there was some analysis done with the non-safety containment electrical penetration feed-throughs, which contain the Teflon seals. We did some analysis with that. Alternate hot leg injection, low pressure safety injection pump recirculation flow path modification package. Seismic piping analysis revision for chemical volume and controlled piping. And then continued support to complete containment internal structures modifications. That's a sampling. That's about 6 out of a dozen. And there's others similarly. So we contract with Sergeant Lundy to support us and augment our engineering staff on these issues.
There are major outside engineering support.
OPPD also entered into a $2.1 million contract with Sargent and Lundy, I believe, in December. Was this the same kind of
Now, once again, this is not what we're going to do here. If you want to meet with whoever Gary would suggest, I would suggest it be John afterwards to ask questions like that. We'd be glad to make that a person available. The process we're in now is simply to comment or advise us, hopefully keeping it 3 minutes. So please proceed on those processes.
And when you meet with her, explain to her how we report that. It's what we spend under the terms of, on an open-ended contract, it's what we spend under the terms of the contract, the overall contract, not that we just turn around and give somebody a contract.
So it's a continuing contract. We'll get a list. Do you have any other comments to make, Ms. Moore?
When he was running for the seat he currently occupies now on the board, Mr. Barrett used this time slot to ask some ratepayer-oriented questions, and he received immediate answers. Likewise, this has been done numerous times by other individuals in this time slot to receive immediate answers on items of particular interest. By what criterion are they able to receive their answers and I'm not?
Steve?
Ms. Moore, I think you know full well that
Well, you can either have our lawyer or you can have the guy who's representing.
this is not an
boards
opportunity
like
for a
this.
deposition, Ms. Moore. It's an opportunity for members of the public to comment on items of public of the district business, and that's what it's for. It's not a Q&A. Now, I think that Chairman Ulrich had given you some leeway on that, as we have for others in the past. You were just told that Mr. Hanson will provide you answers to your questions after the meeting, and with the number of people here, I think that it would be best if you just proceed. So, we appreciate that.
Certainly, the appearance of fairness is as important as the things that you carry out, and it's simply trying to understand by what rules you operate, because it certainly doesn't seem to be consistent. Some meetings, you're very happy to answer people's questions, other meetings, you're not. So I
Depends
simply
on how long
wanted
the
to know.
line is.
Thank you for your explanation, Mr. King.